Ouch. Didn't realize everyone was waiting on me. Yeah. Alright guys.
Alright.
Now we're about to get this thing started.
Woo! Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Who's excited to be here? Yeah. Alright, there's no better way to start off this than this. And no, get up. Okay. Alright, so the start piece, we have a really quick video, actually. Do we have the video? No.
Joke.
Yeah!
Introducing Truvivity by Nutrilite, a moisture system of supplements and drinks designed to complement your daily beauty regimen that builds radiant skin from the inside out. Truvivity brings together the expertise of Nutrilite and artistry. This extraordinary partnership is a new approach to beauty from within, born of nature, science, and art. Truvivity by Nutrilite is an innovative, moisture-enhancing system that works from within. Tablets work in harmony with your restorative sleep cycle, so you wake up to healthier and younger-looking skin. Powder drinks boost hydration throughout the day. Truvivity by Nutrilite patented phyto-infused complex is the unique fusion of wolfberry extracts shown to help build collagen, rosehip extracts shown to inhibit collagen breakdown, and grapeseed extracts shown to help protect collagen. These three antioxidant-rich ingredients combine to form a remarkably powerful formula that naturally elevates collagen levels, while innovative wheat ceramides lock in moisture and nourish dry skin cells in as few as 15 days with continuous daily use, leaving you with luminous, radiant, and moisturized skin. Truvivity by Nutrilite. True beauty starts from within.
Alright, get going. Yeah.
Wow, was that video exciting, guys?
Yep. Yes.
So true beauty starts from within. I think I should introduce myself now. So my name is David Mahavir. Okay. My name is David Mahavir. Sponsored by the world's greatest couple, platinum gold next year, Anthony and Sharon Khan. So everyone, welcome to Pace. It's going to be a really, really exciting Friday night. And for our first speakers, just to follow up on Nutrilite and talk about vitamin D, can you guys help me welcome Smita?
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Am I audible enough? Okay, so I'm Smita Thomas in the line of sponsorship of Muthu and Priya. All the way up to Suresh and Sandhya from California. And thank you very much, Philly team, for giving me this opportunity to speak here. And today I'm going to speak to you about vitamin D. Very small one. Hardly it can be held in the palm of my hand, but the power of this is extremely great. Okay, so vitamin D, let me first go through what it contains. Okay, so the best form of vitamin D absorption is in the D3 form, which is called cholecalciferol. Okay, so there is also D2, but that's not as absorbent as D3. So the Nutrilite specialists have looked at, what is the best form that can be absorbed, and that is twice as much as any other form of vitamin D that can be absorbed by the body, and that is in the D3 form, and that's what is contained in here. Okay. The other one, it is also coming with a combination of vitamin K2. K2 again helps with calcium absorption, which is what vitamin D. Most of you would recommend vitamin D to be taken along with calcium, correct? Yeah, because calcium absorption in the bone to the bones is helped and increased when you use vitamin D along with calcium as well, calcium tablets. So K2 also helps in the absorption of calcium. Okay, and K2 is also the best bioactive form of vitamin K, is what it said. Now, what does bioactive mean? Okay, so a living cell releases its best potential, and that process or that step is called bioactive. Okay, and that is possible in the vitamin K form of K2. Okay, sorry, in the side, right? So those are the two components in here. Vitamin K2 is from soybean. Now, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at our Nutrilite manual, or when we look at our farms and what has been harvested in our farms. Soybean is not one of the products that's there in our own certified Nutrilite farms. But however, we do, take ingredients from other farms as well that go through the NutriCert certification program. Okay, and that's where the soybean is taken from. So it's another farm, but then they definitely go through the same farming practices as Nutrilite themselves, and that's where the soybean is coming from in this. Right. So the next thing I want to let you know about is the benefits. Okay, so usually, when I initially started taking this product, I only knew about the calcium absorption and how it would help with the calcium absorption. But that's not the only thing. It affects more than 1,000 genes in our body. Okay, and it's immune system, colon, breast, or kidney, liver, all these areas have got benefits because of vitamin D. Okay, I would say when I researched a lot about vitamin D, I found 5 areas actually that were found to help improve in any person. It would help, reduce certain conditions. So one is bones, of course, we all know. So osteoporosis, fracture, the tendency to get all this would be reduced because of vitamin D consumption. Okay. The second one is limbs. Of course, limbs also contain most of the bone particles. So the strength in the limbs, both top and bottom, hands and legs, that means, is going to be improved by consumption of vitamin D. Okay. The next one is amazing. It's actually cancer. It helps reduce cancer because it inhibits the growth of cancer cells, and that is what research has found out. But I'm not saying that just vitamin D is going to reduce cancer, but it has a very active role to play in reduction of cancer cells as well. Okay. The other one is type 1 diabetes. It reduces even the potential for a person to get type 1 diabetes when compared to people who do not take that much intake of vitamin D. The other is depression. That's the 5th point that I found. It helps with reduced depression. You wouldn't find the population that's having a lot of vitamin D having that much of depression. So that's what they say. Around 78% of the population were tested, and 78% of them who had high levels of vitamin D were found to have less chances of getting depression. So it's amazing the benefits that they have. Now to go ahead and talk about my personal testimony about vitamin D. So I go for the regular checkup, right? So the doctor tells me you need to take a blood work, okay, which we do once in a year to test, how you are. So I say, okay, so what's included in the blood work? Just normal cholesterol, sugar, diabetes, whatever is going to be checked. So I said, what about vitamin D? Because I'm so close to the business and I know the level of vitamin D and I've seen so many people talk about it as well. I said, what about vitamin D? Why aren't you checking that? So he said, oh, it's not required. Unless you feel so tired or something, you're complaining of something like that, I would recommend you check vitamin D. I said, I still want to know. Because I take a lot of vitamins. I take vitamin B12, which I take energy drinks. So, my energy is always high. I've never felt tired. So, you still check my vitamin D. I want to know that. So, they said, okay, if you want to, if you insist, go ahead. And they found that my level was 15. I think it's 15 nanograms per milliliter. That is what they found out. But the level that you're supposed to be at is actually a minimum of at least 30. Okay, so I was low. I said, okay, so what do you suggest? So they said 50,000 IU of vitamin D is what you need to take. So I said, I'm only interested in taking the Nutrilite brand. And that's something that I vouch for. That's the only thing that I will take. So I showed them on the computer there itself that this is Nutrilite, this is a product, and vitamin D is 2,000 IU for us. So what do you say? No, this will not work for you. You're not supposed to take this. You're supposed to go for the 50,000 over the counter. That's what they said. And I didn't go to argue because you know what? Like Kumar always says, what does he say? Common sense? Or what? I'm not stupid is what he says. Okay. So I'm not stupid, right? So I don't go to argue with the doctor there. But I walk out. I tell Priya, of course, Priya, that's what they've recommended. Could you please check what would be the best thing to do? So she approaches Dr. Chet. Dr. Chet is somebody that he's I would say he's an independent nutritionist. Of course, recommends the Nutrilite brand, but he does not stick to one brand. He does not just sell one brand as such, but he gives us recommendations. So she checked with him, and he sent an email back saying that if vitamin D is taken in smaller doses, it is very well absorbed by the body than taking the higher doses of 10,000 or 50,000 IU. So it is okay that you take it. Now this 50,000 IU was recommended to me once a week as well. And he said that those things are usually recommended by physicians because some people forget to take it. Okay, so that is the reason why they prescribe 50,000. Then I went and did a little more research and found that 4,000 IU is actually the upper limit on a daily basis. You should not exceed that. If it is 4,000, I think in a week it should come to only 27,000. So I really don't know why the physicians would recommend the 50,000, but I've heard so many people say that as well. Okay, so I went with the normal dosage of 4,000 IU, which is actually 2 tablets. The recommended from Nutrilite is only 1 tablet a day. I went for 2 tablets, and I did that in a week. Like how Nanda says, Sangeeta is very disciplined, and I'm not that. I still need to get up to her. So in between, I know I slipped. I know I must have taken one in between. So oh man, my tablets are going to get over. Should I buy the next one? So I went for one in between as well. But anyways, after 1 month, I did a blood work again, and guess what?
What?
Is that 30?
I was 32. 32. 32. So our products are really amazing. And at the same time, I also met an acquaintance in my daughter's math class who was at a level 9. Okay, and she was also recommended the same 50,000 IU. She went ahead and took the 50,000 IU, and I'm sure that she's not as disciplined as Sangeeta is, but maybe I'm better than her, I would say. So, maybe whatever happened after 1 month, her level just went up to 11. So I don't know if it's because the recommendation that Dr. Chet gave, saying that if you take big doses, it might not be absorbed very well in your body. Could be that as well, or the brand that they took. How good is it? Is it really from a pure form? Does it really give you that much of impact? So I've got both this testimony. So anyway, now I'd say when I approach customers, so what happens is I've found people usually say that I'm low in vitamin D, because that is something that is usually found in this area, because we have a high winter season as well, very less exposure to sun, and most of them have recommendation of 20,000 IU or 50,000 IU. So I just leave them with the fact saying that if you research a little more on taking overdosage of vitamin D, it can cause toxicity. Okay, which means that calcification of blood happens, and that can harden your heart, okay, your blood vessels. Hardening of these internal organs is not actually good. So overdosage is a very, very critical. So I just leave them with that. I leave them with a link at times to say that why don't you explore and see this, and then if you think you would like to try a product for 1 month at least, give me a ring back or something like that, because at that time people who have already got a recommendation from their doctors, they might not be willing to listen to somebody else, but I still leave them with that. Those who are willing, I usually give them the product as well there itself, if I have it there, or I follow up to give that. I would say there's also a website that's called crnusa.com. USA.org. That is actually a website that is the Council for Responsible Nutrition. This is something that Nutrilite research scientists usually follow, and they've got very good standards in it, and they abide by the standards. The Nutrilite research scientists usually abide by the standards that's published in there. Now, it's a little bit complicated to give the link directly to customers because there's a lot of research and textual information in there. So I usually go for a general website out there that is easy to understand. I give them a link to find out the normal units that is possible or that's allowed to be taken on a daily basis. Okay? And of course, for any Nutrilite product, apart from this, 3 pointers that I always give is about our Nutrilite, the brand Nutrilite. One is that it's USDA certified organic farms, which is the United States Department of Agriculture has certified it as organic farming practices. Okay, that is one. The next thing is NSF. That is the recent certification that we've got. The National Sanitation Foundation. That is another thing that is very, very credible. We give a lot of, they're paid actually money for that as well, and it is NSF certified. And the third one is Euromonitor. Euromonitor is an independent website that does market research on the companies and puts their claims up. And if the claim is up there, it means that company is actually what it declares to be. And we are the number one multivitamin. These three things I always add to any one of my Nutralite products, irrespective of what, apart from the features that vitamin D themselves provide. Okay, so that's it.
Phenomenal.
Come on, guys, you can do it.
Fired up. Man, that was
Okay. I didn't realize this isn't working.
joke.
Okay, you guys want to hear a joke?
Yeah. Good
Alright.
one.
So, good one. Good one. And don't add pressure to this, okay? So I was looking at cars, like luxury cars to buy, right? Do you guys know what's the best vehicle in corners?
What?
Corners, yes. Huh? A Benz.
Benz.
We got a few people who got that. Wasn't like this.
Benz.
So
Good one.
you're gonna make it more. You have to make it more awkward, Jeez. All right. So the next topic is about TrueVivity, the first video you guys saw. And to talk about that, we're gonna have Minnie. So can you guys help welcome Minnie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
All right. This is TrueVivity, okay guys. I'm so excited about this product because it has actually, I've seen so much difference with using it. One, my skin has improved. Two, I've lost weight. Now I can't claim that it's because of TrueVivity because everybody else here that has taken it doesn't seem to say they've lost weight, but I have. I've lost about 13 pounds since I started taking TrueVivity. And so today we're going to have some of the ladies and guys that have been using this product to come up and share their testimonials. But one thing that I found when I used it, day 2 or day 3, when you wake up in the morning and you feel your skin, it feels like you've spread butter on it. That's like the baby's butt. It almost seems that soft, The other thing that you feel is you feel like drinking a lot of water when you're having it. So it automatically, like you feel really parched, so you're drinking more and more water, so the hydration level goes up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the science behind this. Nehru, yeah.
Wow, thank you guys. This is awesome. Wow.
So it says for healthy and more youthful appearing skin.
31 people. Wow. Nice.
Next one. Okay, these are the two technologies that it uses, and both of them, Amway has a patent on both of them, and and it's one is the Fistora complex, and the other is phytoceramide complex, and I'm going to talk to you about what they are. The Fistora complex is a blend of rosehip, wolfberry, and grapeseed extract, and what it has is, one, it is very high in antioxidants, so it protects your skin from free radicals. Two, it helps support collagen proteins against and helps protect skin's natural moisture and elasticity. And the third is it inhibits the breakdown of collagen and hyaluronic acid. And I was at a grand opening once, and I believe Ellen DeGeneres talks about this acid thing, about how this is the latest thing in the market where people are buying creams that have this. And all the high-end serums and all that have this particular product. And what it does is it forms when UVB rays burns your skin, the tissues need to be regenerated, the damaged tissue. And this is what helps in the regeneration of that. And the second part is the phytoceramide. This is a wheat derived extract, and what this does is it forms a barrier. So the first one is in the vitamin form, and the second one comes as you drink. They did a double-sided blind placebo-controlled clinical study, and what that means is neither the researcher nor the participant knew what they were getting. Some of the placebo was mixed with the actual compound that they wanted to test. And what they found was, when they measured it, clinically, they found the elasticity, the smoothness, and the skin moisture increased. And 90% of the women, or people, not women, 90% of the people that were tested found that their skin was smoother and felt softer.
Wow.
So we can skip that. Okay, the phytoceramide, which is the wheat derivative, is they remove the gluten. But just to remember and be cautious, if somebody has a crazy gluten allergy, it is not certified as gluten-free. So, just when you're talking to clients, you don't want to make claims that the product does not certify. How should this product be taken? The tablets are to be taken in the night, because what this does is that's when the regeneration of your skin and all your cells and all that is happening when you're resting. So right before you go to bed, you take 2 tablets, and it comes in a blister pack like that. Just before you go to bed, you take this with 1 whole glass of water. And they say it's essential that you do it with 1 glass of water because it adds to the nourishing process. Note of caution, when you wake up in the morning, you will pee a lot. Excuse my language. But it's actually removing all the toxicity and all that from your body as well. The powder drink is got the phytoceramide complex, and it just comes in these little packets like in Testiflora, and then you just mix them in. I have this first thing in the morning, but they say you can have it like 3 times, up to 3 times a day. But I have had one. They give you a package for a month, which is, if you take one of this and one of the blister packs of the tablets, it lasts you a month. Okay, global trends. They say right now, earlier beauty was all about your outward thing. What could you apply to your skin to make your skin look more beautiful? Now people are going towards the more holistic approach, where they want to actually be beautiful from inside out. So it's a trend that's happening. So you capitalize on whatever is the current fad in the market. So so our product matches that. And the packaging on this product, if you see the packaging, it has those rays, like those lines all over, and it's supposed to reflect. The reflective rays of light convey the product's focus on radiant luminous skin. And the supplement, which is petal shaped, says that it's a plant extract.
Oh, no.
And it's like, it's beautiful, beautiful packaging. And I want to go to the last slide, Nehru. The last one. This was before. And this is after.
Wow.
So you can see the weight loss.
And the skin also.
And the skin. And look at the skin. And like my little daughter, who's not biased, who doesn't care about PVBV. She cares about all the things that come from the business, but she doesn't know about PVBV and product use and stuff like that. She was looking at my skin. My feet were facing her, and she looks at the bottom of my foot and she says, "Ma, all the whiteness is gone, and your skin looks really, really pretty on the bottom side of your feet." And I hadn't gotten a pedicure. It was just from using that product.
Wow.
So anybody in the room that has used this product, if you'd like to come and share. I know Rajiv started using it.
Whoa.
And Glenn can vouch for it. Like he used to have, you know, when you have a drought and the ground looks all cracked and his
Portions of my leg.
yeah, leg used to look like that, and it's all gone away.
It's all gone.
It's all gone?
Yeah.
How many weeks?
Huh?
1 month.
1 month. She's my upline for this. Following her. But the thing I feel is I feel fresh skin throughout the day. You don't feel like you feel like your face is like you need a wash or something. You know, I feel really fresh for throughout the day. That's probably the only tangible benefit. I'm looking for weight loss, but it hasn't happened.
Sangeeta. Nehru, you used it too? Any testimony?
No, I didn't take pictures.
Okay, I'm signing up for this tonight.
You know, the first thing is when you use it after 3 days, as Minnie said, you just suddenly feel like everything is softer. Like, you know, your legs, your arms, everything is much more softer. And then another thing I've noticed, like, couple of days, even if I skip my skincare, lotion, I can do without it. You're not like itchy and all that, because and that's a big change, because that otherwise I normally feel it if I don't use it. And so it's exciting. I've been quietly using every night before sleeping. I've not missed. My box just got over. I have to pick up another one.
Nice. All right.
Anybody else?
Susan or Julia? Okay.
Hey guys, my name is Julia. I haven't used it as religiously as Minnie, as Rajiv, I guess, have and Sangeeta. But I did use it for a while, and I have been very consistent since we decided to do this topic since I think last week, right? And I want to say that this product is really good for somebody who has eczema or suffers from eczema, not necessarily all throughout the year, but a lot of people get some breakouts during winter time and when seasons change, because eczema is pretty much what it's, damages in your skin structure due to dehydration or some other things, and a lot of factors could contribute to that. But if you are well moisturized, and like Truvivity works from inside out, it works on the cellular level, this is a great product for somebody who has eczema. When seasons change, I pretty much always would get one breakout here or there, and most of the time on the hands. And it started happening this year as well, right before Truvivity came out. So I started using Truvivity, and I have not been consistent, like I said, with the nighttime tablets, but I have been drinking the water religiously, really, every day, because it's just so delicious. I don't remember it so much for the benefit for my skin, but just because it's really good, it's really yummy. So, and I've noticed that I don't have, like usually it would be all over the hand and the fingers and everything, and itchy, if anybody knows what eczema is. But I don't know if you can see, there's just a little bit right here. And since I've been taking the tablets for the last 7 days, it's a lot smoother now. And I think by the time I finish the next week, it will be gone. So next Friday, we can check it out. Which will, now that I promised, I will have to remember to take it every day now. So I think definitely, if you hear anybody who suffers from eczema, recommend Truvivity to them, and they will see a lot of benefit.
Eczema, it's not, like if you have need a cortisone or something like that, it does not, it'll help and aid if it's a mild form, but if it's an extreme form, they probably do need prescription cortisone.
Yeah. I think Julia brought that point. For me, every winter back here in one spot, this big size, it always gets dry and I have an eczema in that spot. I got a medication for that also. I think usually by the time September, October coming towards that, it starts, and it'll have throughout the winter for me. And by the time March, April goes, it dries off. So I think ever since I heard about that, it helps in hydration. I also have very dry body. I think most of the men can feel also at the waistline, they'll be itching after they take the clothes off, right? The moment they go, I don't know. Nobody's admitting. It's because of the belt tightening. who have a dry body, okay? But I think some of the men are not admitting here.
You're all alone on this, buddy.
They'll come back and talk to me later. I got called out at that time.
Night on night.
Okay, come on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody guys.
No, get the true video. Get the true video, okay? You think this is
I'll stick with like running my legs.
No, Raju said it's like snake skin, yeah.
Everybody needs.
But anyway, it helps for that. Who's coming?
Exciting, and if you know, some of the ladies know I do have a skin allergy problem. Like sometimes I get breakouts a lot. That's because of the allergy that gets. In the prescription, whenever that happens, that period of time I have to go through antibiotics and the prescription. When you are on that, your skin gets super dry. No matter, even the luxury cream won't help me. Usually, that gets really dry. And last time when I had a situation, I started using this one. I should take continuously. I have to discipline myself to use on a daily basis. But the days that I used, I never had those dry problem, because those antibiotics, if you are into those counter drop medicines, they dry you like crazy. It's a big problem if you are using that, but this helped a lot, especially the drink. Once you have those antibiotics and then you take this drink, you feel really refreshed and your skin is normally behaving after that.
And my explanation for the weight loss is I think I wasn't drinking enough water. And this because I went on my, a similar machine to the Omron machine, and I actually checked my hydration. It was 44.6 before I started it. It ended up at 46.7. So, so I think maybe that increases your metabolic activity, and that's how I ended up losing weight. So if you're the kind that hasn't drunk enough water, this product will probably help you lose weight as well.
So are you guys excited about True Remedy?
Yeah.
Finally, there's a product, right, for people who who if they have a bad personality or they're just a jerk, hey, you need to be beautiful on the inside. Take this. Now we have some. That was it, man. Come on, I put a lot of effort into that. Jeez. And try to go along and tell you to do it. Yeah, right. So, if anyone who's sitting in this room is this your first time here? Who's there for the first time? Hey, come up, man, so everyone else can meet you. Come on, give this guy a round of applause. Yeah. Right. So, just a few things, right? Your name, who invited you, and something you're excited about here. And don't take the mic from me, please.
Oh, really? Okay. I know what they're doing. Okay. Sure. Hi everyone. My name is Vineet. I was invited by Rohit. So. Yeah. Big hand for Rohit. Absolutely yes. So I'm excited about the way, the energy, the way we are responding to activities over here. The way we are, kind of educating ourselves about the products. We spoke about vitamins. We spoke about, a product which I never had heard about. So definitely, from the knowledge perspective, we are going to learn some new things. And I'm liking the energy over here. The energy of the crowd is really good.
Yeah. What about the host? Do you like the host?
Let me ask this question. Who's the host here? Who's the host? Oh, seriously?
That was not planned. Okay. So, moving on to the next topic. So we have a gentleman who's really tearing his business apart. He's going to be talking about contact and inviting. So guys, help me welcome Papu!
Hey guys, how you doing? Awesome.
person getting his platinum strip going Sapphire, and Nandan Sangeeta's EDC strip. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. We're talking about the 4 basics here. So this is your first time here. This will be probably one of the best things. This is basically the only thing you have to learn about building this business. Of course, you have to learn about the products, right? Products are great, but the products alone won't move your business, right? Because products don't, move people. People move products, right? So we'll be talking about like how to get your business going, okay? And the focus of this topic is going to be contacting and inviting, okay? Now we have this thing called 4 basics. So the first is list building, and then you invite, then you show the plan, and then you get them started, okay? The most important part of the whole process is your list. Now, for you, there's 3 ways you build your list, right? One is the A list, which is people that are very close to you, like friends and family, right? Now, they can come into your house and like open the fridge and get food. So they're people that you don't have to do too much. So when you're contacting them, take a lighter approach. Just tell them you got started into something and do deflection, which means you basically want to tell them, I started working with some business owners in the area, and then your upline will help you take care of that, okay? And you want to learn in the process because in the future you'll be doing the same thing, okay? And then there's B list, which is basically people that you kind of know, like your coworkers or people you've met, but they really wouldn't go up to your fridge and open the door. They'll sit in the front, you bring them the food, you know what I'm saying? With them, you also want to use the third party approach. You want to use your upline and learn from that. Now, the next part, which is the C list, is what I'm going to be focusing most on. It's where you go and contact the world, right? Like it's unlimited. There's no limit to what you can do with that. There's so many people out there, right? And everybody's happy, everybody's excited, everybody you're talking to wants to get in, right? You always want to speak those, even if it doesn't always happen, right? Because not everyone's going to be like super nice to you, okay? So it's not going to be like tiptoeing through the tulips when you go contacting. Some people will be nice, some people won't be. You should go knowing that, I did, right before getting here, I went to the mall. I did a couple of contacts, I did about 4 contacts. 2 of them I got a number, I qualified them, and then basically I'm going to be sitting down with them, one tomorrow and another on Sunday. And I have 3 more QIs set up. Now, there's a process we do. Just because I've gotten somebody's number doesn't mean they can be in our business. Okay? Now, she has done a great job with the vitamins, and I truly believe why the vitamin D3 worked so well on her is because of her attitude. I've actually heard some doctors say that if you eat food with a good attitude, it has a good effect in you. If you eat it with a bad attitude, you almost are guaranteed a diarrhea, or something like that, I mean, not necessarily diarrhea, but same thing with this. You want to do it with a great attitude. Like when you're talking to people, you want to use simple things, okay? Use the sweet shot, so you don't smell, right? You're meeting the next person that's going to go platinum. You should always have that, right? And you should never get weary in well doing. Meaning, just because you talk to 4 people in a row doesn't mean you should be negative with the 5th person you talk to. You should be just as excited, right? One of the things I do personally, I look at it like I'm meeting an old friend. I don't go up to them and say, hey, I haven't seen you forever. That would be very weird, because I've never met them. But in my mind, I will already start looking at them as if they were an old friend that I haven't seen for 2-3 years, And a few other little things that I started paying attention to that has been giving me great results in building a trust. Because what you're really doing is building a trust when you're working with somebody who's a complete stranger, right? If you don't build trust, it's not really going to go anywhere. You're not going to sit down with the QI. You're not going to be able to bring him to an open meeting or anything like that. But the thing you want to do is build trust. Now, one of the main things I've tried to do is really become perfected at dropping my story, right? So you want to find out. You want to find out about the family. Hey, are you married? Are you live with your family or something? Just break the ice, right? And then you want to learn what they do, and things like that. And then eventually you want to get to the point where they ask you, what do you do? Right? Now this is where the fun is. When they ask you what you do, you can say, it's kind of crazy, but I ran into this couple, and I was very, very excited about meeting them because they were the only couple I knew that retired in their 30s. Can you imagine? Do you know anybody that retired in their 30s? And you should say it with enthusiasm every time. And when they say that every time, almost 99.999% of the time, I've always heard everybody go, "Wow, really? Retired in their 30s? How can anybody even do that?" Moment they say that, that's my cue. Are you serious about that? Are you really serious about learning that? Because I was. And I tell them just like that. And then usually they go, "Yeah, I'm serious. I'd like to learn more." All right, let's exchange number. I can't promise you anything, but we can sit down and have a conversation. I just always go like that. I start professional and I always do a takeaway approach because my point is not to think that's going to be my next platinum. I want to qualify them and take them through the process and then take them to the next step. Another thing I do always, make sure you don't break your eye contact when you're talking to them, right? Because I've read in a book, when you break eye contact, one-on-one settings, I'm not talking like on a crowd setting, it doesn't really matter in crowd setting because you're making eye contact with a lot of people, but in a one-on-one setting, when you break eye contact, it actually breaks the trust barrier. Like I've read that in a book, and I'm going by that, and it like I feel like I trust them more too. Like I have to trust that person. I don't know who they are, so always keep that in mind that you're qualifying them. Now, contacting is a lot of fun because you meet a lot of interesting characters, and it's good to know their stories. Literally, like it really is an adventure because think about the limitless amount of stories you can hear from people, right? And like the business and community you can build, right? Anybody did some recent contacting that they want to share that was a lot of fun? Yeah, come.
Hey everyone, I'm Jakai May, sponsored by the amazing Shalene Pervez, uplines going Platinum, Anthony and Sharon, and upline Double Diamond going Nanda and Sangeeta. Actually, an extremely recent contact was actually this morning. I'm noticing the more I'm building myself, a lot of people actually start contacting me. So I was at school and I was doing some of my homework, and so one of my friends brings over this new guy. And we start talking. She's trying to make him more social, so we start talking. I'm asking him what he does. He's telling me he's into cybersecurity and how long he's been at the college. And so we're talking, and he mentions that he has this philanthropist mindset. So that intrigued me. I was like, okay, where's that coming from? So I'm digging more about him. He talks about some of the leadership he's into, and that's already a win for me. I was like, okay, I like this. Keep saying more. And so he says that he wants to own his own business so that he can help people become financially independent. So I'm like, check. Let's see. Okay, it's my turn now to offer you an opportunity. And so I address him as, well, I partner with someone who owns a leadership development company, and we're looking to expand in the area. And even though I can't promise anything, you seem like you have a lot of the qualities that we're looking for. How about we exchange information and see where it goes? I was like, yeah, dude, I would love to. And he had so much excitement in his eyes that just made homework a lot easier after that. But two, it got me really excited for moving forward with him.
All right.
So, yeah, that's it.
Good stuff.
Great. Now that was your first contact of the day, right?
Yes.
Was that the toughest contact?
No.
Until I'm saying the next ones were easier, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
So exactly, right? So the first one will always be the toughest, and it doesn't matter. Like let's say yesterday I did 5. Today the first one was still the toughest. I don't know what it is, but the first one always is the toughest. And as soon as you go through that barrier, it's really not tough. And then you just like start meeting people and smiling, and that's another thing, by the way. Smile, because automatically people will perceive you as someone friendly. It doesn't. Nobody cares what's going on, by the way. Because they're strangers, right? Would they care that if you had a bad day? Would they care? They don't know, right? So if you smile, they're more likely to talk to you. So that's another thing you want to keep in mind. Anybody else that want to come up and share a recent contact they did? Yeah. Right? Okay. Okay. Great. So
Contacts everywhere, man.
Yeah.
This one is the easiest.
Yeah, and you know we're doing a lot of promotions. Okay, one of the promotions in our team we're doing is 6421K. Okay, who knows about that hashtag, right?
Yeah.
So for that, guys, we have to go crazy with contacting. Okay, and more contacts you do, the more chances of you actually getting to that next person that you can potentially work with is. Okay, and don't prejudge, but people will prejudge you. Okay. So that means you should always dress very professional. Not very professional, but at least nice. You know, dress nice. You'll feel better about yourself, and people will feel better about you as well. You know, if you dress sloppy, you're more likely gonna show up as sloppy to people, and when you contact, it might be sloppy. You know what I'm saying? If you dress sharp, you won't hesitate contacting somebody who's also sharp. You know, but if you're not sharp and you're contacting somebody sharp, they might not look at you as seriously, which you don't want to have that chance, right? So you want to contact people with, dressing sharp and doing it nicely, right? And another thing also, even in your contact, now this is something that we've been really focusing on also, have posture, right? Don't drop the message. Don't, ask them for their number if they're not looking. All you're trying to find out is that if that's somebody who you want to connect with, if there's a connection, if there's someone you want to work with. Because remember, contacting is just the first filtration process, okay? Contacting does not guarantee that that's going to be your next platinum. What it guarantees is that is a potential candidate who can be a big part of your business. Now, have that mindset all the time, So you will never be disappointed when you contact. And you want to contact all the time, right? Nanda always teaches us that you want to find breaks in times, right? Like in the morning before going to work, stop by the gas station. Don't fill up your tank all the way. Get $2, and then at lunch, don't eat inside. Maybe go out. But then don't buy too many things outside either. Just contact and come back and eat your food or whatever. After work, get gas again. Do whatever it takes. It doesn't really matter. And how do you contact and where do you go to contact? Wherever you are, there's people everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You could be at the grocery store. You'll see somebody there. If they look nice, look sharp, contact them. You could be at Walmart, contact them. You could be at the KOP Mall right there. Thousands of people. There's so many people to contact, So you want to contact everywhere you go. The point is not how many. It doesn't matter how many it takes. What's your goal? So I highly recommend you sit down with the upline also. Set a goal as to where you're trying to go. Right now in our team we have the 6421K, which gives a clear goal. So a lot of contacting needs to be done, and you just got to do it. Okay. With that, back to our amazing host.
All right, come on, can you guys keep talking about another applause than that? That was really sharp, really crisp stuff. All right, so for the next topic, we have one of our leaders in the room. We're going to talk about focus on books and streaming. So help me welcome Platinums going to 12, Mr. Rohit Tiagi!
All right, thank you. Man, has Dave been doing a phenomenal job today?
Yeah.
Killing it. Funny. Dave, I love your jokes. Don't care what I said before or anybody else said. But anyway, guys, who's having fun tonight?
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, great. We are Rohit and Julia, blessed to be sponsored by Vinay and Mamta Shankar, and really, really fired up to be in the fastest growing diamond ship going EDC team of Nanda and Sangeeta Sringari. And Tyagi team will put 500 people part of NHGC 2000 goal. That's our absolute mission. So, what do we do in this business? I was sitting with Vineet earlier, and we were talking about our system, Brit Worldwide system. See, every business, right, has tools, correct? A dentist office, his tools are his equipment. If you go to a dentist office and if he has like a hammer and a chainsaw, you probably run out, right? And same way, if you look at a mechanical engineer or a guy who's a contractor, he'll have tools for his business. And what you'll notice is that for every business, tools, the person who owns the tools is the business owner. And tools are very important. Now, what do we do in Amway? What are we really doing in Brit Worldwide with this mentorship program to build the business? Are we moving products? Answer is yes, right? Are we building networks? The answer is yes. But long term, what we're doing is we're building leaders, right? We're developing people. We're building people. So our tools for building people are books, CDs, the streaming, the Book of the Month program, and our associations and the mentorship available from uplines, right? Because for us, assets are the leaders in our team, right? So what I'm going to talk about is a very important topic is our, we have an acronym ABST, Association, Books, Streaming, and Technology. But today my focus is on books and streaming, okay? Now, when I first started this business, my attitude had simply was that, I've read the last book of my life. When I passed out of college, that was it, man. I'm not reading anything. I barely read any books in college itself. But I had no intention, or I didn't even know that I was supposed to read anything. Now, when I joined this business, Vinay loaned me, or no, he actually sold me. I bought Magic of Thinking Big, and just the size of the book scared me, I was like, oh my God, are there any pictures inside? No, it's all, letters. But, he insisted that I read just the first 2 chapters. And honest to goodness, I'm a slow reader. I couldn't put the book down after that. Because my mind was like, my goodness, man, I've never read anything like this. I've never read a book that is like empowering, which is, telling me about me and, how you can change your life by changing your thinking, And what's the difference between a CEO and a ditch digger? Their thinking, the way they think, And how do you change your thinking is through input. If you change the input, that generates different thoughts. So I literally, after the first book, it took me a while to read this, but after that I became like a fanatical reader. And I've read books, phenomenal, great books that you can see over here. How to Win Friends and Influence People, one of the best books ever. 15 million copies sold, So these books really, I didn't even know that they existed before I joined this business. And after I started reading them, they've literally changed the person that I am. And the person I was when I got started is nowhere, I wouldn't recognize that person if he came in front of me right now. And it's all because of the information that I've, input in my brain voluntarily. The other thing is streaming. Now streaming, we have CDs, but now because of the streaming apps, we have digital, downloads straight on our phone. And it's phenomenal because it's always with you. With CDs, you kind of limit it because you can listen to them in your car or, take them out and then you forget where you were. But with streaming, that's the best thing. It's always with you. I'm always listening. And what streaming does is that it basically takes somebody's experience and it downloads it onto your computer or on your phone. And guess what? Now you're tapped into somebody else's story or somebody else's success, right? And what I've noticed is that streaming or CDs, talks, right, are by successful people. You could be, Venkat, you're fairly new, right? Are you on streaming program, right? So we recommend that, you get onto the streaming program. It's a little bit of an investment, but it's an investment into your future. It's an investment in your business. And again, if I compared my business to any conventional business out there, the investment in our business is literally like nothing. You can't even call it an investment. I just in my corporate job, right, I have incorporated. So I have like an LLC just to run my business or to do my jobs. Just the cost of registering a business is like 2 or 3 times what everything in our system costs. And I've not even getting any value, just get name. Just a name for the company, that's all. But anyway, so coming back to the streaming talks, right? It's like when you subscribe to streaming and you listen to the talks, right? Now you can come to me and say that, Rajiv, I have a fantastic idea. I think we should do this, I think we should do that, and this is, we got to change that. One thing I noticed, Venkat, in any of those streamings, everybody who was on there, they'd all been successful in this business. Only then they were given the chance to talk. That means that we're not listening any theory. Everything is actual fact from people's experiences. So you'll only see emeralds and diamonds on these CDs. Okay? So what I want to do, right, is I want to interview a few people who have made some changes or have learned a tip or something? And I know from CDs there should be a lot, because recently with the CD of Angelo Nardoni and Bill Hawkins, I mean, there's a lot of tips that we have incorporated and applied, right? So Venkat, you were nominated by your applying. So you want to come up? Give him a round of applause. So first, some just basic question. You're new in the business, right? Are you subscribed to streaming? You said yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you listen daily?
Not daily, but like four days a week.
Okay. And what's your main mode? Do you listen through your phone, or when you're at work, or on your computer? What's your favorite?
Yeah, I listen through my phone. Like I'll chime in during my work sometimes, and when I'm like during my sleep, I read a book. Like
during your sleep or before?
During my bed. Okay, like when I'm going to sleep, I read a book for 2 pages, and then I listen for a talk.
Actually, you know what? Before verse, my best way to fall asleep was just pick up a book. 2 pages in, man, I was out.
Yeah, I even do the same thing.
I'll give you advice. Stand up and read. You know, if you fall asleep, you'll wake up. Trust me. You know. All right. So okay. So you now do you play it on your car also? Like, do you have a Bluetooth or something, some way of connecting?
No. I just stay 0.3 mile away from my office, so really
0.3. Very precise. Okay. So you pretty much walk or something like close enough.
Like somebody will be coming and picking me up, so it's like.
So then, for you, it's really convenient that you have it on your phone.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, first, before I ask you specific questions, do you recommend that everybody should be on streaming?
Yeah, sure.
Is it value?
The way I am, so you're looking me, right? So the way I am is through the streaming talks and mentorship from my upline and my sponsor. That's it. Without that, I wouldn't be there here on Friday night. Like without listening to those talks, or without getting influenced by the successful people who want to set up something more. Like we don't know what happens to me in the future, so we need to set up an asset which will be, as a safeguard to my family and everything. So yeah, I'm influenced by the talks. I didn't see any people like for the FED. I've seen those people, but I didn't see people who are talking. But I had a chance to listen to their talks.
Okay. So you can tap into experience of people who must have made CDs like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. All those CDs are available. You can still go back and listen to them. Yes. Right? Awesome. Now, give me something specific that you heard in a CD that helped you improve, your skill or your activity or your thought process. Give me something that you can think of.
Yeah. Recently, I think this week only, Chuck and Uma Kani, leadership, influence, belief, and action. So I have, reunited this in 2 times, two thinkings. So what I thought is the first one through my mentor. Okay. So first you influence through their stories, and you start believe them, and you start making action. So you start taking action that okay, I need to be this. You follow them. So that is one phase, and the another phase is like contact. So what I need to do is I need to influence some other people so that they will come into this business and influencing my prospect, and they need to start believing me. So that is belief, and then they need to register for this business, which is action. So influence, belief, and action.
Okay, fantastic. Wow. Did you know I was going to call you up? Did you know I was going to call you up?
No, I just.
Man, that was like such a amazing. Yeah, it looked like you were prepared for my question. That was very good. Awesome. Anybody else would like to share a quick tip? I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but a quick tip or something that they learned in a CD that they want to share that made any difference? If not, I'm going to share one.
One tip is you can play it and you can go about doing other things on your phone. It keeps playing. It doesn't shut off.
It's not like YouTube or something. It just stays on.
You can keep texting or doing LinkedIn, but the thing keeps playing. That's how I get in mine.
You gotta, you can easily multitask with it. There's a CD by Ganesh Shenoy about you, something like that. You are the prototype or something. Yeah. And that's a great CD. He makes it that before iPhone, right? When iPhone came out, now they're producing iPhone, millions and millions of iPhone, right? But before that, most of the money goes invested into building the prototype. That prototype cost them more then the next batch of millions of iPhones. Because after that, it's just mass production. It's just material, right? That you can buy in a store for like $5, $10, I don't know. So he says that the prototype costs billions of dollars in research, development, right? He says that in this business, right, you are the prototype. You are the prototype. So when you're adding CDs and books, right, you're basically developing the prototype. Because this business is basically people will duplicate you in action and thought process. And that's the goal that you're able to influence. So I really like that talk, that message. It really hit me, and it played well at today as well. Now let's talk about books. How many of you are reading the book of the month? You can't get the right results doing the wrong things, right? It's a great book by Bill Quain. Bill Quain writes some very good books, especially talking about finance, talking about new thinking, network marketing. But any other book or anything that anyone would like to share that has made an impact, real impact in their thinking, activity, results, or just general mindset that, how do they perceive information from that point on. Would anybody like to share? Yeah, come on up, Anil. Yes, you too. Priya? Yeah, come after him.
Yeah. I'm Anil. I'm sponsored by Sangeeta Ignesh from California. The one book Nanda used to say, like, what to say when you talk to yourself, the programming of our brain, that made a very big impact. Like Nanda once said, and I picked up from here itself. Till that, I don't know that there is a book called that. Then when I started reading that, what are the things we are doing that makes a lot of impact. Like, daily habits, whatever we speak morning, saying that while going to bus. I used to tell to Swapna, my wife. So it's a lot of change in myself and my thinking, and I wrote a self-talk based on that. So that creates a lot of things. Whenever I go wake up, I used to read all those stuff. I pasted some of the things in my bedroom and all this stuff. That's a very good stuff. Awesome. I recommend all those.
Awesome. Yeah, the name of the book is What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Hamstetter. And he's spoken to a few Brit Worldwide presentations. And, that's Kumar's one of the highest recommended book also. And, the most of the day, who do we listen to? We listen to ourselves. And what Nanda he made a post murmuring, right? This internal dialogues that we're having. And majority of negative. Because we put ourselves down comparing to others or things like that. That book talks about how you can change that. And the greatest power is the power of the spoken word. And how you can basically change your whole wiring just by self-talk. So great, thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share? Yeah, man. Give them a round of applause, guys. It takes courage to come up and share your personal.
Thank you very much. Like Rohit was saying, I was not a big reader. Muthu has been a big time reader from when he was from school days actually. So I really had to catch up. I remember the first time when Kulin and Meena, our diamonds, when they came to our apartment actually. At that time I should say prescribed actually. He said 5 different books. One of the book was Magic of Believing, Claude Bristol. That book is very good, So it impacted, among other books, that one book impacted me so much. I still follow the, anytime, good times, bad times, that book is always there with me. And then another book is The Compound Effect. I took notes and I literally, all those exercises I did, and the weekly rhythm register I follow also. So those 2 books I highly recommend. And on BSM, I know that's not my thing, but just Kathy Gibbons said something. One of the BSMs, I think that is Muzarko, Quality Contacting, Noble and Kathy Gibbons. Kathy Gibbons said, who is a mentor? It is so critical, your mentor is not your friend. A friend is someone who loves you the way you are, as you are. A mentor is someone who loves you too much to leave you the way you are. It really spoke to me. Sometimes we are not comfortable when applying. But deal with it, So just get growing. That impacted me so much.
Awesome. Great. A friend would tell you what you want to hear, but a mentor will tell you what you need to hear. And you may not want to hear it, but you need to hear it. So, am I done? Okay, awesome. Guys, so with that, I'm done. My recommendation is that, books are something that can absolutely change you. The person that you are meant to be, or the person you are right now, may not be able to reach the goals that you want. Like Bill Briggs says that it's not the person what you get through it going diamond, but what you become through it. In the process of achieving. So invest in yourself, get on streaming and the Book of the Month program, and read away to a fantastic financial future.
All right, that was really good. Come on, you guys can give her a hand. Really, really sharp. All right. So in the meantime, we have a quick video. No joke.
Simple, average people that came across this amazing opportunity.
I was born and brought up in India. When I came to the States, went to school, I was pursuing my CPA, I was working full time.
The person I was before, imagine this nerdy engineer, not willing to talk to people, very quiet, introverted. I always thought, you get a good education, you find a nice job, you find a nice company to work for. But then when I saw my senior let go, I realized, job security is no longer there. I didn't want to wait till the age of 40, 50 to find out if I will have a job or not. I wanted to have a second source of income.
We're not overnight wonders. We've been with Amway for a little bit now. We got a little bit more focused. We started working with the right kind of people. And that's what kind of changed our business.
We continue to progress. Yes, sometimes it looked far, but you know what? We put those negative thoughts aside. And every year we came back with a little bit more on our business. And that's how you make it to diamond. I learned through observation. The people that brought me on my uplines, incredible leaders. And when they start talking, I do listen.
Dreams have definitely changed. Julian and I, we have 3 kids, all under the age of 7, thanks to the Amway opportunity. As soon as we found out that we were expecting our first one, our daughter Gia, I was able to actually call my boss and say, hey, I'm never coming back. So that was a dream come true for us, and now with us getting diamond done the next 12 to 18 months, our goal is to work hard so that we could have Julian as a free man and have him as a full-time dad so that he can chase me around and chase the kids around as well. I mean, we can make money, that's great, but be able to give that hope to somebody else and be able to work with that person and see the change happening because we were able to help them is just the most phenomenal feeling in the world.
We are Jwalant and Asha Vakil.
And we became Amway Diamonds.
Wow. You guys excited about November 5th? PBS? Alright. So guys, for our final speaker is never really the right words I could use to ever introduce them, but I have one quote. So, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. If you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you cannot be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there, right? So guys, they've helped people become happy all around the world, and they continue to do so. Because you guys stand on your feet and help me welcome founders
David is the best. He's the best. Thank you guys. Alright, you wanna start off? This is a great place, isn't it?
Yes!
Every week I look forward to coming here. Today I learned a bunch, including the provability stuff and the D. Sangeeta is a big proponent of D vitamins. Absolutely. And I got to start taking D, and also my doctor said I got to take D, but I kind of keep skipping it sometimes. But now I know I got to take D. But great job, Smita. I think how many of you felt there was value? Yeah. It was just not superficial talk. I think there was substance to it. Yes. Why you should take the right dosage, not. Especially if you come from India, we think more is good, always, right? And especially in the buffet line, right? Especially. And I really like the provability. I think it was great that all your leaders got onto it, got results. And, I'm lagging, but I'm going to join the club. Okay? I think Julia has gotten started. I'm going to lag, and I'm going to do it too. All right? And so welcome, Vineet. You're brand new here. And, Bapu did a great job, but I think he's good at even showcasing some examples. And I wish you could have shown your experience here, kind of demonstrated. I think we should do more of that, right? What do you guys think? Right, role play? Yeah. I think 5 contacts. That's pretty awesome, man. Today?
Yesterday.
Today.
Two so far.
Yeah, and I totally believe in doing a little bit. You know, if you want to get groceries, do a little bit of groceries, not a whole lot. Just buy it for the day. You know, gas, $2, $5 works. Really, I'm telling you, those are the things you have to do. And so knowledge is, and prototype, I really believe that. You know, for any launch of any product, they invest so much money into the first the prototype, then they come up with the second one, then they got a whole lot of people have to buy into that, then the marketing guys, you know, it's you got to work on in this business, right? And that was a great example that Rohit gave about. And I think this business is all about building yourself. If you build yourself, the whole world falls into place, okay? And I'm going to share a few things. I had a little bit of notes, but I think I got enough from my heart I can speak with, you know, today, okay? So a few things. But Sangeeta and I really enjoy the rewards of the business, but we love to work hard in this, and I really don't want to call it work hard. And, you know, work to me is something that you don't like to do, right? How many of you like to go to work? Your job, I should say, your job. How many of you like to go to your job? Do you like, Vinny? No. No? You're an honest guy. By the way, Nehru, we didn't let you down, man. I'm sure everybody's body itches here. Just let him hang here. Hang here. Yeah, mine too. Huh? What?
It was just too descriptive. Like
yeah, too descriptive. Holding a spot here.
Upward everywhere.
Anyway. I'm going to remove some spots. I won't tell you where though. But it's fun. So, anyway, so Sangeeta and I, we enjoy the business, especially now with 6421K. There's a lot of pressure on me, and I have to kind of get more things done now because I have 3 vacations in between. You know, I've got 2 vacations and a trip to India. So I have to really kind of buck up and get a lot of things done before I leave on November 15th. So I see Vinay and Mamta today, and I see a whole bunch of you, Parish and Ketiki. I run into all of you, meeting new people and making friends. How many of you are enjoying the process, right?
Yes.
And Sangeeta doesn't have to help me. She has paid the price with me in the beginning, but I've requested her, honey, go with me. And I go contacting, you know, for moral support. No, I'm just kidding. We just have fun being together. I said, what are you going to do at home? Our kids, we have never sat down with our kids and done homework with them. They're all straight A students, you know, and Dave sometimes comes with us to have fun because he gets some donuts and some this and that, you know. But we really enjoy this business, guys. Jwalant was talking about freedom. Asha has been free, right, since she had the first one. Sangeeta has been free. I was just showing somebody a slideshow. May 25th, 2001. The last day she went to work. You don't miss it, right?
I've forgotten. I'm scared now.
But yeah, yesterday we were contacting somebody. Yesterday or day before, and they were saying that they have a long commute, and Sangeeta was saying, well, I used to commute to New York, and I had totally forgotten about that. She used to commute to New York, and I had a long commute to Delaware, and she had a long commute she went almost close to Dover, right, for Computer Associates. That was her last job, an hour and a half.
An hour and
15 minutes from King of Prussia. So, I mean, she has done her part, driving, taking trains and buses, right? But it's all temporary. If you have that vision, you know, to achieve something, these things can be temporary, you know. So I really, and then, so I was like a macho guy, you know, standing next to her when they asked, you know, the couple said, we just got married, like literally 2 weeks ago or something, or 2 months ago. So Sangeeta said, we've been married for 19 years. We just celebrated our anniversary, you know, on October 12th. she said. I said, wow. And they look at her, look at me, and said, wow, you guys don't look it. And so they said, how's it been for 19 years? So here I was going to, I thought, man, she's going to say awesome things, you know. She said, first 2 years we were fighting. The next 5, I don't know how it went because I had 3 kids. We were so busy with our business, you know. And I said, really? I thought she's going to say my husband took such great care. So I don't know how to, you don't want to show your emotions. But I'm pretty good in covering it up and smiling. In my mind I was saying, man, we need to have a discussion.
But you didn't even hear the last one.
What did you say?
We enjoyed the rest of it.
Sangeeta's story, she has to work on it.
Yeah. She has to work on it. But but now looking back, I guess that was it. Because when we got married, I was this, fanaticism is the wrong word. I think if you can find something extreme, you can use that when it came to this business for me. I was fanatical, sold out. This is all I did apart from my job. And so when I got married to her, she thought she's going to have this honeymoon period, date nights and movies and vacations and all of that. But she came into a storm, and but we had fun though, right? Yeah, see? For her, no movies but night owls. So I took her to all the night owls. And she loved the diner food, especially the fried shrimp, right, honey?
I gained 10 pounds.
She gained 10 pounds. Oh, by the way, I got a joke about, he was talking about tape, listening to, back then there were tapes. So I was just I observed my upline, I listened to Bill Britt, and Bill Britt said the best way to get all the information to your subconscious is to buy a tape player and buy something where it doesn't automatically flip the tape, right? So make sure that it stops. There's no auto, what do you call it? Auto play, the other side. Okay, he said, so get one, buy one, put it next to your bed, put the tape in, and play it. Then you read a book and go to sleep, and then you'll hear that thing go, tuck, 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 it's trying to, you want to replace it. That's when you wake up again, and you flip it and put it and play again. So I said, great. Best way to transfer knowledge to Sangeeta. She's got to catch up a couple of years of my knowledge, right? So I went and bought a tape player. She's newly married, so I said, honey, this is Bill Britt. I edified her, put that thing, No, this is Bill Britt talking to us in our bedroom at night. And she barely understood English. No, I mean American accent. And she said, well, let's not talk about what happened afterwards. But I did not play after that first night. Right? And so she survived me. Thank God for Vishal and Sonika. We were talking about when we decided to have Dhruv. We were thinking about, Sangeeta said, well, I want to have a lot of kids. If I have a lot of kids, we're going to have it early, not later. Because I want to retire and raise them and we can go diamond. But we've just been so much friends, right? No, I'm just saying that I respect her because, as a woman, you want to take care of the inside of the house. And she unleashed me, to go build my business. Unleash is the right word. There's no constraints in terms of nitpicking, or a lot of girls are sometimes nitpicking, they're nagging, they want to know this, or doubt and mistrust. I was unleashed. I was absolutely unleashed. I had as much access to Vishal as she had access to Sonika, and to, of course, Kankan and Kumar, and she had access to Samina. And so the point that I'm trying to make is you got to find a mentor. She started with a lot of fear. You got to start with pain. You got to start with doubt. You got to start with fear, but you have to start anyway. Does it make sense? She did the same thing, just like we started our marriage. How many of you came to America and how did you start? With fear, doubt. You're shaking, you're trembling, but you did it anyway. Does it make sense? And the beautiful thing about this business, guys, is you get a mentor. And Sangeeta and I would not be where we are today if it was not for Parmeshwar Bharati. Parmeshwar Bharati celebrated her birthday yesterday. Yesterday's 20th, right? And Anju the day before. And I'll give an example of Sangeeta and our thought process, okay? So we called Anju in the morning. Anju, happy birthday and all of that. And Anju asked, what are you guys up to? And she said, Sangeeta said, we have this awesome promotion and Nanda and I are sponsoring people. And so, and Anju takes off. Sangeeta, this is how you need to contact, you know, right? But Sangeeta, right, will never interrupt an upline. She's not going to say, I know. A lot of times, people call a mentor and they want to keep on interrupting them, keep on saying, I know. If you keep on saying, I know to your upline, your mentor, they're going to stop saying things that you need to hear, right? It's not that she doesn't know how to contact. She's a founder's diamond, come on, right? But Anju was giving her some useful tips, you know, how to interact with different personalities, different backgrounds. And it's such an important thing. What Sangeeta and I figured out is how to get the best out of our mentors. You know, each one of them has different personalities. They like different types of communication, frequency of communication, right? Medium of communication, but we figured them out. How to get the best. Kumar left for UK last night. And as Diamonds, we have a group and we wished him well. And you know what? He knows how to get hold of us and coach us. So that's the first thing you get out of this business. If you're brand new here, we got mentorship not only for this business, it's about our jobs, our finances, buying a home, or building our business in India, our marriage, taking care of our parents. You know, Sangeeta, entire family relies on her when it comes to supplements. Her aunt had a relapse of breast cancer, is that right? Something like that. And her aunt was very close to her, and she called yesterday and said, Sangeeta, I need your help. And Sangeeta dropped everything and figured out, and she had to call Ketaki and her were trying to figure out something. I know it'll cost money, but you know what? We're going to ship those products. And it's just that you coming to PACE meeting, learning about a D or a Truvivity, you might think, oh, come on, you know, it's one more thing. But you have to be the prototype. And to her, you know, all these things are valuable to her. She's got such awesome connections with upline. And when she goes to Diamond Club, Achievers, yeah, I'm kind of goofing off at the product fair and the expo, you know. I kind of take it lightly, but not her. You know, she's learning about it. That's what I like about her, is that she's doing her part so that I can do my part. And so this is an amazing business, guys. If you're single, eventually the person you're going to marry, have to appreciate who you are. You got to have some product. You got to be a good prototype. Being in this business, you cannot be the same person you were when you got in. It's not possible. Does it make sense? You know, the way you take care of yourself, the way you present yourself, right? And she doesn't have to worry about anything. Okay, I'm there to take care of that, and she's taking care of her part at home. Our kids, reflection of her, you know. And I get up in the morning. That's my thing in the morning. Our kids, each one of them, Tara and Dhruv leave at 6:40, and Dave leaves at 7:15. It's my thing to send them off. They all cook for themselves. You know, sometimes I come down. I'm just sitting there. There's a storm going on. Everybody making their own breakfast. I'm sitting and saying hi. I know people say hi, and they're running around trying to get ready. But you know, I love the lifestyle. I roll out and do what I want to do. You know, and she has the freedom to get up when she wants to, but she's busy when she gets up. You know, but it's an amazing business, guys. And we work hard. What is the hard part? You got to work hard on yourself, and you got to learn how to do your points. If you're a couple, do 300 points. If you're a single, do 150 points. Right? You know, the space meetings are important, right? And you got to budget your money, and you got to budget your time. There's no concept of having a lot of time. In fact, I like writing articles on LinkedIn. I have my third post, and I have, I think, close to 7,000 followers now on LinkedIn. and people appreciate what I wrote down about magic of 4 hours. Everybody's got 4 hours. And you turn that 4 hours into a multi-million-dollar asset. And I've never given that 4 hours. You know, in my 20 plus years in this business, I think I recall only one time I was ill. The reason is it's Neutralite and my dream. The best vitamin D, by the way, is your dream. If you're a positive person, you have a big dream, you're not going to find people who are the high performers ill guys. Have you ever seen people who are peak performers talking about illness? You're not going to find them because, you know, I mean, of course, there are extenuating circumstances and people get contagious disease and all that. But I'm just saying that you have to have that energy to utilize your 4 hours every day. So this business will teach you everything you need to know about your money, about time. You know, if you're brand new, you'll understand that your upline is going to help you. And we have converted our unproductive time into a massive asset. You know, here as well as in India, right? So you got to guard your time because it's your time. Time is gone, guys. You know, yesterday is gone. And the moment as time passes by, you have no control over it. So you have to be accountable for what you do every single day. And so it's an amazing business. 150 points, 300 points, come everywhere. Just show up. What I recommend to people who are brand new, just show up everywhere. Show up everywhere. You learn something. Bring a notebook and a pad, write them down. Observe. I heard somebody say that. I think Jwalant was talking about. Keenly observe and absorb. There are a lot of things that are unsaid, but you can observe how people wear clothes. How does a leader talk to a new person, right? You know, those things you got to observe, right? And listening, getting onto the streaming or showing the plan, you learn along the way. You know, meeting people was not an easy thing for me. I figured it out, just like I figured out engineering. Not a big deal, right? Okay. And so I really appreciate her, you know, and she's got a few words of wisdom, I'm sure. Okay, and she's amazing. Okay, all right, here you go.
Wonderful. That was awesome, and I enjoyed it too.
Thank you.
And you know, we were stepping out of the house, and I had this nice heel shoes that I was wearing, and then he said, "We're gonna be walking around in the Walmart for some time, like maybe half an hour, and then go." Then suddenly I changed my shoe, and my other shoe is still in the car. So I'm in sneakers, and I'm like feeling really odd about it because I don't like wearing those. And but anyway, you know, it's a habit, guys. I know the only difference. There's no difference between Nanda and Sangeeta and any of you, honestly, because we have our faults. We have all the crazy things that we do, or whatever, you know, that's individually, whatever our ups and downs. We're just like normal human people. The only difference is the number of people that we have browsed to contact and bring in the business is a different number. We've just done more. That's the only difference. You know, because ratios always work right. One little bit you need to know how to connect and work with people. But that your upline is always there to help and guide you and to work with you. It's just that you've not done as much as what we have done. That is it. If you're willing to do more and more and more, and that's the only, as you know, the Khalid and Romana was talking about the raw material for this business. That is it. That's the only difference that's going to be between a platinum and a person who just got started, or between an emerald or between a diamond. Nobody really lucks out. You know, unless you've already had a good A-list with good influence with people that they all trust you and will do whatever you do. And that is very few people. But amount of things that you're going to do is going to be the same for everyone. You know, so, you know, don't, it's actually, you know, so much more easier than to sit at home than just step out for an hour and come back. You know, and if you know where you'll meet, you know, chances of meeting people more at a certain time or a certain place, just be productive. Sometimes, you know, we used to do things where you're just constantly walking around in the mall. It's a waste of time. But if you know in a certain area, in a certain time or certain place that there are a whole number of people and it's convenient for you to talk to them, then go to those places. Just be more productive, because nothing like face-to-face contact. Because right there, you know, if they're interested, they're not interested, if they're open-minded, because we have personally met people like who themselves want to talk to you, and they're really open-minded in doing something. They themselves will tell you, and they'll ask you for a number even before you give it to them. So there are people like that out there, and it'll be so much more faster because you will save so much more time. Because, I mean, it's not that we don't do LinkedIn messages, like Nanda's been doing at least 50. Sometimes he does crazy number. I don't know how he gets that. Like in a weekend he'll do 2,000. So, but I don't know how he does it. Sometimes they even... Not 2,000? Oh, whatever. How many did you do
I'm a
last?
Superman, but not that.
How many did you do?
I had 300 or something.
300? Okay, 300. But over a week?
Yeah, 1,000, 2,000, easy.
See, that's over a week. So I'm telling you that it's not like any one thing, because those things are giving us a lot of numbers and things that mainly we're doing for India business and a little bit here because they go back and forth. And we have, Rajiv has sponsored so many people through LinkedIn in India. And for us, since we are here, we cannot, that's the only way we can do, we're using that for that. But apart from that, face-to-face is the easiest because, you just have to get a little bit more good and, don't let it bother you how people are going to react. The last few days that I've been at him, all he goes is smiles and says hi. Like some guy says, why are you talking to me? I just wanted to say hi to you. Some people, nowadays people have learned this is if it's networking, then I'm not interested. And then we leave on a casual good note. And some people, the moment they see us, they turn and they walk away that side, this side. So they're more uncomfortable, so we just let them be. We don't bother them. What's the point? Right? So, but if you're there, you'll really know how it works. And it's very easy. And that's the work in the business. That's the work. I mean, you can meet people, but you have to find a way. It does not have to, you don't have to do what Nanda and Sangeeta did. But you have to find a way how you're going to meet people and how you're going to talk to people about the business, because that is the work. That is the main work. Everything else is to support that. But that is the main work. So, if you start doing that, you will grow in the business. There is no way that, that you're not going to get results. You will get results.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Let me tell you the why of it. Okay. How many of you like to take nice vacations? But really deep down, I don't know if you do. Okay. Well, that's what you're going to get. Rajiv, do you want to come up here? We're going to go to Las Vegas, right? Okay. Yes. You guys want to come and tell them about Las Vegas? You gotta check. Did you spend it already, Minnie, or what?
She's in the process of doing up things for the home.
Rajiv just came back from Denver. He did a rocking plan for the Denver team, and they got their check, $15,000 check. All the big bonuses start coming in October and November. So right. First the Q12s get it, then the emeralds and the diamonds. Right? It's fun. Okay, so 15,000.
15,000. We got the GI also on the 20th.
All right.
For last month.
Nice.
So it's good money, guys. But that's for work we did in the past. But if you work hard and fully commit, there's a lot of money. And we signed up for the helicopter ride. How many of you want to take the helicopter ride in Las Vegas? 2.5 hours.
Nice.
She's going to stay with me for 2.5 hours in the helicopter. But
is she a willing participant?
I signed her up. Okay, when we get the achievers invite, right? It's like how many? 8 or 9 activities, right? So if you go back a half an hour later, the counts go down because people are booking. The one that was going really down was the helicopter. I said, I don't know what it is. I want to sign up for that.
That's the most expensive one to buy.
Yeah, $280 a pop. So $560. So I'm a cheap guy. I don't want to pay for nothing.
And we get a suite.
Yeah, Venetian has a whole suite.
4 nights, 5 days.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
And every night they leave some
Special.
gift for you. And all the new products that are coming out will get maybe we'll get into
True-vivity. You will get.
By then,
Not maybe, you will get.
By then we can show.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, it's great fun, guys. It just gives you. It's like 15,000 at one time. I just did up Neha's room, and that cost me about $1,200. Now I said I can do a few more rooms in the house. And and Rajiv needed to go to India.
But I can't wait to be with Nanda Singh.
Awesome. My cousin, Bharti's older sister, called. They want to invite us to a wedding. Their youngest son is getting married. And it's a destination wedding. first one that's happening in the family, and we wanted to go, but it's on December 1st, same time we have Achievers. So I was telling her I really can't, and they wanted Sangeeta to go choreograph dances and all that. Bharati wanted to go, but and my dad said, I want to buy tickets. I'm like the travel agent, My dad says something, I just go on to yatra.com and book his tickets, right? And the choices that we have, and Amway called us. So when you get the Achievers invitation, you click on a link and you put down your name and all of that and your preferences. Rajiv is right. I always look for the one that, that moves the fastest. And I just booked for the helicopter ride, although she didn't want to go, but I traded in, to what, Vishal and Kankan want to go where they can sit. They want to watch a show. So we're going to watch a show eventually. But I got the helicopter one right now. So they called me up and said, "We have a problem with your reservation." I said, "What's the problem?" They said, "You wanted a king-size bed, and but we are upgrading you to a nice suite. But unfortunately, there's no king-size bed. There's double bed. Would you take it?" I said, "Let me think about it." Yes, of course I want to take the suite. Don't worry about the two beds. You can add a few more beds. But Amway is classy, right? And they call us from India to figure out. We are arriving at midnight of the 17th there. And, they send us, for Diamonds, they send us like a limousine service. Take us, they put us in this beautiful 7-star resort right by the beach, They have a private beach. It's amazing, how they treat you. Yeah.
So we're reaching there the earliest on the day of arrival. So we said, okay, let's take a taxi. He already called and booked a guy. Like online, he got a good referral on one of the travel websites, and he already booked it. So we said, okay, we'll use him for the whole weekend, and we can do our own things on top of whatever Amway is doing, because we're just there and we're enjoying. And let's go out and take a look at the place and enjoy, have fun, do some shopping, and come back. And this is what we always do, because we take the trips that Amway gives along with their trip. We just do our own things too. And it's so much fun, because even the team, everyone, they all plan and we all take off together as a team. Like even if we have to rent a couple of cars, we rent a couple of cars and we take off together. So we are always together, because what they do is based on the pins, they're all in different hotels. So you get, unless it's like a really big hotel that can accommodate everyone with different kind of rooms. But they give like hotels and everything is based on the pins in India. And so the Diamonds really get treated really well. And so it's really exciting. And this is just one trip. But Kumar and Anju, they get Australia trip, they get Singapore trip, they get UK trip. Yeah, and I'm seriously looking forward to having all of them too, and in AGC, and it will happen in the course of time. The kids are nowadays, they're seeing us like step out every day in the evening around like 7, we're like out, and they're saying, "Where are you guys going every day, mommy?" So Tara's asking, I said, "We're going contacting." She said, "Keep doing it. We need to go EDC." They can wait for us to keep moving forward in the business, because directly influences their lifestyle, So.
Awesome. Yeah, there's choices, guys, right? And many of you, our kids have never seen us build a business. Okay? Many of you in this room have never seen us build it, drive the miles, like the trips that we made to India to build our business, or the trips we have made, Sangeeta and I, to build our diamond ship. Many of you have never seen it. But you're going to see us now. Okay? You're going to see us. We're going to put our 6421K. We got to do that 3-4 times to get our crown ambassadorship done. It's not a big deal, and we can do it. Then nowadays we are less shackled, right? Our kids have grown up a little bit. Everybody's situation is different, but the power of the dream is important. Why would you want to do it? That's more important. What would get you out of the door? It's going to be winter time. Will you get it out of the door? Will you listen to 2-3 streaming every day? Because that's what it takes to keep you at mental fitness at a top condition, right? Would you read the book when you're sleepy, right? Would you get to 150 points? Will you maintain the standards? Like do the core 300, right? Will you sponsor 2 people every month? What would drive all of that? Your dream. That makes sense. Our kids are going to go to Hawaii, but Dhruv cannot go. He's so busy with his school work. We met with his guidance counselor for the advanced placed students. They were so impressed with him, and they're all very responsible. Dhruv is only coming for 2 days to Hawaii. I just booked his tickets because Saloni and Sugit's daughter and Dhruv are going to travel together and come back together. And the association, everything for us, that's what it is. Sitting in the front row was a dream in the beginning. I had simple goals. I was not money goals. How many of you want to sit in the front row at a function? Go Crown Eagle. Or how many of you want to stand in line and put your wife also in the line, make her suffer? For how many years will you do that? Right? For me, that was the motivation. It was not related to a check. How many of you want to sit on the platinum section? How many of you want to sit in the emerald section? How many come behind the curtain? How many of you want to really feel it when you get a postcard from your upline from Brit Go Diamond? How many of you want to be there so you can write the postcard? I remember getting the postcard from Vishal going to Go Diamond. I said, I'll be there. Then I got a postcard from Achievers from Kankan. I said, I will be there, Kankan. Then I got a postcard from Emerald Club. I will be there, man. I promise you. I'm getting it done. I get a card from Diamond Club. I want to go there. And money always comes, right? You cannot chase money. Money is elusive. If you are a spreadsheet type of person, I did this much today and where are the returns? It's not going to come like that. Right? You got to give and 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 give. And somewhere in the end, you're going to start seeing it. Right? The rewards that we see now for the work we did in the past, for us to get more rewards. To us, right? How many of you want to see your children do well? We have the biological kids and all of you are our Amway kids. Our joy is seeing you guys move on to Crown Eagle, sit in the front row, wear that badge. I say, man, our kids are doing well. Joining us at Achievers Trip, Rajiv and Mini. How many of you want to come to Achievers Trips? Bring your kids there. Our kids are tired of going to Disney and all of that. They want to go to Hawaii and other places. But you got to bring your kids, guys. There's nothing like Amway trips, I'm telling you. Right? And it's important that you build that dream. Don't worry about the income. Income will come. Build your dream. I don't know what it is that will motivate you. Maybe you want to take care of your parents. Maybe you want to feel successful. Right? Maybe you want to earn a name for yourself. Maybe you never felt, that you accomplished anything in life. Maybe this is your chance, right? To make it different. I don't know what it is. For me, it is a combination of all of that. For me, freedom was more important than finances. Right? A home is great, everything is great, but if you're not free, what are you going to do with it? Right? With that, I'm done. Unless you have something to share. And November 5th, don't miss it. Right, guys? Play that video. I really thank all Vinay and Mamta for doing all of this. It's not easy for them to do the videos and everything. Line up the speakers, they give them a big hand. All the ladies who come there in the back, do the product thing, appreciate them. Guys, this is your PACE meeting. If you see something on the floor, pick up the trash. It's your PACE meeting. Have that. You want to keep it nice and clean. Okay, let's thank Dave also for doing a great job.
Was he your first today?
Huh?
He was the first person to
He was
be
the
here.
first person.
Rohit was here showing the plan.
Come
Dave
here
was your
early, stay late, don't be in a rush, be there for the team, right? Doesn't make sense? That's how you're going to grow a massive business. And you just want to say something.
Just a thing, we all have a parrot that keeps talking to us all the time. It's called the subconscious mind. What is the parrot speaking to you all the time? Just learn to control the parrot. Everything will change.
Awesome.
All right, guys, that was really, really, really amazing. Yeah. So finally, we come to the end of PACE. Just a few announcements. Vinay and Mamta, thank you so much for giving me the chance to host.
Yeah.
And, so next week, our open is going to be on Tuesday, done by... someone's paying attention. No, our meeting is going to be on next Wednesday. It's not going to be... What? Twist, yeah. That was a twist. It's not going to be in the Crown Plaza. And who's showing out the plan? Vinay and Mamta, yeah. Vinay and Mamta showing the plan, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That was in the second twist. twist. It was just one twist. And then BBS November 5th.
Yeah.
And last thing, tools up here and products in the back. Mamta is going to be in charge of the product room. And with that, everyone have a safe night.
All right.
Hey, have a good time.